Welcome back to week 33 of our Paragon Top 5 plays. Be sure to send your clips to www.paragooners.com for a chance to feature in the series. If you're looking for teammates, check out the GamerLink app, where you can find loads of other Paragon players to make your own fantastic plays. Unreal Eradicate or Murdoch gets caught out of position heading towards mid lane. Fortunately, the enemy team don't really have enough damage to burst him down quickly, and it gives his team enough time to rotate over to aid him. Faye blocks as much as she can as the enemy team begin to group up. Hooker on counters comes in from behind, jumping onto the enemy counters, ulting and comboing with Murdoch's long arm of the law. She falls instantly. Feeds armor on Gideon, then uses his black hole, catching the remaining 3 enemies, and the damage proves too much as they take out 4 enemies with only 1 casualty. A wonderful rotation. It is always risky invading the enemy jungle, as LFC 4163 on Severog does exactly that, but the enemy team begin to collapse in on him. He spots a second enemy appearing and decides now is the time to get the hell out of here. Unfortunately, the enemy team have other plans as they start cutting off his exit routes. Most allies would not make the rotation and simply let their Severog die, but not these allies, as they rotate to help their teammate out. The first to arrive is Countess, as she uses her Dark Tide and Shadow Slip ability to kill the enemy counters. Meanwhile, the enemy team are still trying to kill Severog. Kalari ults into the middle of the fight, and while retreating, Severog is able to land a 2-man route, while Gideon has 2 enemies in his black hole. But not for long, as Murdoch and Bellica both fall. Somehow Severog is still alive, as Kalari, Counters and Gideon help wipe the enemy team straight off Agora. Ninja Squirtle 3 on Murdoch is pushing, trying to get an inhibitor for his team. With 3 of the enemies dead and with All Prime active, it seems like a simple job, until the enemy Murdoch decides to backdoor, but with no one to stop him, the core is just a few auto attacks away from destruction. Ninja Squirtle 3 manages to land his long arm of the law to save his allies, giving them a fighting chance. With no ADC on his team, Zoblu or Narbash has nominated himself as the carry. He chases after Countess, misses the stun, but with a couple of auto attacks is able to finish her off. Grux and Feng Mao rotate behind them as they attempt to defend their inhibitor. Grux lands a smash and grab, but Narbash is pretty tanky and is able to absorb the tower damage as well as the Feng Mao ultimate. Meanwhile, Iggy finished off the enemy Grux. Narbash has impeccable timing, as Chimera uses his ultimate, he manages to stun him right out of it. The damage from his minions proved to be too much, as he uses his ultimate to secure a sweet double kill and goes on to take the inhibitor. At number 1, we have some individual skill from Senior Konijo on the most rework requested hero, Twin Blast. Having just secured a kill on Chimera, Twin Blast takes a GTFO to the back as he tries to retreat. He drops down into the jungle, waiting for the Fae to follow, and as soon as she does, he uses his blink shot to jump back up, avoiding her completely, or so he thinks. As he heads back to base, the Fae and Murdoch are right on his tail, as the Fae lands her Harvest Nettles to take Twin Blast out of travel mode and down to 54 health. Murdoch, who is still in travel mode, runs right up to him, but Twin Blast has the moves as he's able to juke shot after shot after shot, with life still keeping him alive. The Fae is the only one that lands a single shot this whole fight. He uses his rocket dash to put some distance between himself and Murdoch before blasting him to the graveyard. The Fae makes a noble attempt, but with the minions damage on top of Twin Blast actually landing his shots, she joins Murdoch for a whole minute to think about what just happened. Congratulations to Senior Konijo for winning this week's Paragon Top 5 plays. Dodging a load of shots and picking up 2 kills in the process is pretty impressive. This week's bonus clip comes from a Teflon Walk on Murdoch. He times his knockback with the Severog route and knocks 2 enemies into Gideon's ult, helping secure the kill. While this might not be an amazing play, I thought it would be nice to show you that you can use Murdoch's knockback offensively as well as defensively. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Paragon Top 5 plays. If you did, smash that thumbs up button. For a chance to feature in the series, send your clips to www.paragooners.com and be sure to check the description below for more information about GamerLink to help you find your Paragon teammates.